This video is sponsored by Squarespace. So we've got ourselves some lubricant or lube, if you will. Lubricant for Fanny. So I'm just going to leave that one with you. I'm going to let you do that one by yourself. Right then, before we lube the old girl up, there's a couple of simple basic jobs I need to get done, and after last week's mammoth nightmare of electrical rewire, I'm really looking forward to doing some simple jobs. So I'm just going to crack on. Not that interesting. Film a bit, smash them out, and then we'll think about laying the floor. Hold on, look who's put in an appearance. Come to do some work?
Yes. Look at me. I can't take it, so cold outside. I'm cold and windswept.
What, did you have a point? Was there a valid point there?
I'm all high-vised up and ready to go.
She has to wear the high-vis at work so that the giants that she works with, normal-sized people, can see her when she's in the warehouse, because you're like a tiny little dot.
Go away.
Anyway, you've missed something really cool. You've missed my best one ever.
What's that?
Hold the camera. Just wait right there.
I don't believe this is going to be the best one ever anyway.
Got some lube for your fanny. Do you want to lube her up?
No, I can't get on board with that one. I can't do it.
Just a quick one while you're there. We've been informed by Joni, in all her wisdom, that we're overdoing it, or I am overdoing it with the innuendo. So I don't think so. I think it's the best part of our vlogs, if I'm honest.
It's the only part that's entertaining right now.
But let me know. Pause this video right now. Let me know in the comments if there's too much Fanny innuendo for you, or if you're new around here, the van's called Fanny. It makes for some really great jokes. But yeah, let me know in the comments right now. Too much innuendo, or do you want more?
More.
Really?
No. I'm just delirious. I've had like 4 coffees today.
Oh, was that it? She's only bloody come to film a TikTok and now she's pissing off again. Are you going to help?
Bye-bye.
So the first job was to get the original flooring back in so that the shoe storage can go back on. Pretty easy because I marked it all up before I took the floor out, so it's easy to just cut them to slip them back in, and then I'll just run a piece of beading round because obviously I'm going to have a little bit of a join. If you're wondering why I'm not linoing all the way up to there, it's because my diesel heat, I'll show you. So where my diesel heater sits, I didn't want to have to take the flooring out around that because it's all drilled through the floor to the outside of the van, so it just made sense to just keep this the height it is. And also I think if I drop this any lower, yeah, I'd be on the diesel heater. I've got a very little gap there, so yeah, that can stay as wood, and then yeah, lino the rest. Also, if you're wondering whether this whole floor removal was even worth it, in a minute I'm going to weigh what's left out that I'm not putting back in, and we'll see if it was worth the effort. So there we go, they're not looking too shabby. So the floor's out, and in a minute I'm going to cut this underlay out and see what we're dealing with underneath. And then like I said, I've got a bit of beading. This will end up going all the way around, and I'll probably paint it blue to match that. That'll make it look nice and tidy. So yeah, I'm going to cut this underlay out and hopefully be able to use it as a template. It's not salvageable, it's completely knackered there. Now normally I would put underlay under lino, a nice thin one, but we had vinyl in our first ever van, and with the underlay underneath it got quite soft, and what that meant with the dog's claws, it was getting little dents. We've bought a much hardier vinyl this time, so hopefully that'll be better. If the floor is okay, I'll just go straight on top of the ply, but we'll have a look. But first, I'm going to weigh that floor because a lot of you think it weren't worth the effort. If it's anywhere over 15 kilos, I think it'll have been worth it, because I know it's only 15 kilos, but 15 kilos in a van build is actually quite a lot, so let's weigh it. All right, here we go then. That's every last little bit. Now these scales work a funny way. Oi. It's going to be in bloody stones as well, so I'll have to convert it. Can you guys see? 3 stone 11. So let's just quickly convert that to kilos. So it's somewhere around about 19 kilos. So I'm more than happy with that. 20 kilos pretty much out of the van. Obviously I'm going to put probably 2 kilos back in with the lino. More than ideal. Right, let's try and very neatly as best we can cut out this underlay. Underlay, underlay. There we go, subfloor, not in too bad of a state. There is a bit of a damp patch. Well, it's not damp anymore, but obviously I think we had a leak or something from the fridge or a bit of condensation there. But this is what I was worried about. I knew I had a join. I've got a bit of a gap, and then obviously there's quite a few screw holes all over the place. Now I've got 2 options. I can either fill the join and the screw holes, sand it all down, and then lay the liner on top, and I'll get a nice flush floor, or I can go underlay. Now, if I fill all the screw holes and I ever need to get the floor out, then I've got a problem. And I know what you're thinking, why on earth would you ever need to get the floor out? Because that means you'd be taking the whole lot out. But you never know. If we have a major leak or water damage or something crazy happens, then the floor could get absolutely ruined. And if I need to get it out, it'd be difficult. So I might have a look at underlay. But even then, I still think I need to fill the screw holes. So I'll have a bit of a think about that. I'll show you my template. So that's what I've just taken out. It's not in great condition, but it should do to give me a rough template. So at least I get close to the... Can you hear that? I've been hearing this the last couple of times I've been down here, so... I don't know if you can hear that, but that noise, I don't know if I get it on the camera, I'm pretty sure that's an owl. So somewhere in here, I've been hearing it for every time I've been down here, but I thought I'd actually go over and have a look. So I won't stay there too long, but you never know, you might get lucky. And in this build series, there might be some random owl shots if I can find it. But yeah, I'll keep you posted on situation owl. Still chippering away. Anyway, I think what I'll do, pop you down there. So I think what I'm going to do is go and get the underlay, so I've got it, and then think about whether I'm going to fill it all or not. I just don't know. You just know, sod's law, I'll fill it all, and then for some reason I will have to get the whole floor out at some point. Or should I just sod it and go... The problem I've got is nothing's near me. I live in the arse end of nowhere, so I can't nip to like B&Q or Homebase. It's going to be like an hour, at least an hour's round trip, so probably an hour and a half. What to do, what to do. Just spend the afternoon looking for that owl. So I've decided not to go with underlay. It's always tricky with lino anyway. You need a very special underlay for it to work. So I've opted to fill the crack in. So I'm going to drive home and do that so that I can, once it's in, I can just leave the van still overnight so it dries properly. Fill the crack in. She's going to love that one and all. Can you hear all the rattling? Now that a lot of the weight is out, the suspension is, I don't know, worse in some way? I've just got no idea. It's like if it's too heavy, there's nothing suspension wise, and if it's not heavy enough, the suspension, like there's not enough weight to make the suspension work, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'll keep you posted. Leaf springs are going to be soon, I would think. So yeah, I'll keep you posted on how that works, because I think all these vans are the same. The suspension is shite in all of them. Oh, gaffs are out. Spring is most definitely in the air. Oh, longer days. Who's enjoying the longer days? I think it's light now at like 6:30, which is a bonus. I think maybe once I've got this floor in and sort of put the van back together, it'll be usable. So before we go too much further, maybe a little sneaky trip. So I used to hate tedious, boring jobs like this. I always wanted something a bit more mentally taxing, but as I've got older, I'm ever so grateful now for tedious, easy jobs. So with that being said, let's fill some holes. Where you stand. So that is it, all the holes are filled, the crack is filled, that's the main thing. I didn't realise, but over this side of the van, the crack, the 2 pieces of ply are a slightly different level, so I've had to ram that full of filler, and I'll come back out later, see if it's shrunk, and hopefully I'm going to get away with that. Just for those of you that want to know, I'm just using Ronsil wood filler. It says that it's for external and internal use, so it should be alright with a bit of moisture, and it's flexible so that it won't crack with the movement of the wood. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but yeah, that's about all I can do today, which is good because I've got a lot of stuff I need to do indoors, so I'm going to crack on indoors and we'll pick up the van stuff tomorrow. Right then, good morning. Another day, another dollar spent on the van, probably. Well, this doesn't look pleasant at all. I tell you what, I'm bloody glad I got the warehouse, because working in weather like this, especially the job I'm doing today, is not going to be fun. Oh. Chilly. So while having the warehouse is an absolute massive help, anything that makes my life that little bit easier at the minute is hugely appreciated. So while I drive us down there, I might as well take this opportunity to thank this week's video sponsor, which is Squarespace. So if you are looking to build a website and, like myself, haven't got a clue where to start, then Squarespace have got you covered. It's an all-in-one website building platform. You don't need any coding knowledge or indeed any previous experience at all. You just pick a template you like from the hundreds there are to choose from. Then, because of the simple drag and drop system and their easily customizable titles and layouts, you can play around with it to your heart's content and you'll end up with a unique and professional looking website in no time. And if you do struggle a little bit, there are loads of tutorials available to get you through it. So whether, like me, you're looking to showcase your photography, write a blog, or even have your own online store, then the ease of Squarespace and their 24/7 customer service really do make it rather simple. So if you want to try Squarespace for yourself, and if you're thinking about building a website or doing a website, I highly recommend that you do. Go to squarespace.com/campervibe to get yourself a free trial, and then when you're ready, use the code campervibe at checkout and you'll get 10% off your first purchase. Right, let's get this floor sorted. Right then, that is the floor, sanded and smooth. I've still got a bit of indiscrepancy here, but I think I'm gonna get away with it. I could put a bit more filler in and try and level it out, but I think I'll end up building it up, so I'm just gonna leave it. Emily's gonna bring me the hoover down in a minute because I forgot it this morning, so I can hoover all that out. Next job, the scariest job, to cut the lino. Oh.
I gotta tell you, there is something you should know. I have never really liked you at all. I cannot hide it anymore.
Also, just a quick one for the continuity experts, because I know you're out there. I am wearing different shoes, and that's because when I pulled up, it was pissing it down with rain, and I just rushed in and I stood in a massive cow pat, and now they are stinking and manky, so I've left them outside. They're covered in shit, basically. Look, nice new floor. I actually live with a continuity expert myself, and let me tell you, you cannot enjoy a film because every second scene it's like, she had that cup in the other hand. So yeah, if you live with a continuity expert, you'll know what I mean. They never bloody shut up about every little error.
So many ways that I could change for the better. Don't even know where to begin. If I allow myself to dream, will it be as good as it seems?
Turns out masking tape doesn't stick to this lino, so that's plan A thwarted. Now, I know what you're thinking, why don't I do it the traditional way where I just roll it out in the van and cut round the edge? I am useless at laying lino, so gonna do it this way and fingers crossed it works out. It doesn't need to be perfect because I'm having the beading round, so I've got a bit of wiggle room in fanny. You know, I like a fanny with wiggle room. Oh, I'm cutting that one out. It's too far. But yeah, I didn't realise, let me show you actually, how much of a colour match it is. So that's our old wooden floor, and that is the new floor, and it's pretty much identical. So all this work, and it's not going to look any different, but that wasn't the purpose. The purpose was to get a better floor for AJ so that he's not slipping all the time, and to also save a little bit of weight. So I suppose I best carry on. Right, here we go then, moment of truth. Emily loves it when I use her cutlery for DIY stuff.
Take me up into the mountains. Send me
Oh,
off into
beautiful.
the wild. Misery is still a path I would choose.
Right then, there we go. It is almost a perfect fit. I just need to take a tiny bit off here, just a bit on the end, because I don't even think with the glue I'll get that out. So a couple of mil off the end, and that is going to sit in there lovely. You probably can't tell on camera, it doesn't look quite as nice as the wooden floor, but it's there or thereabouts, and it's so much more grippy for AJ, so he's going to appreciate it, Emily's going to appreciate it. And also with the wooden floor, you're constantly worried about chipping it and scratching it and getting it wet and susceptible to moisture and stuff, so I think this is just going to be better all round. Right, just waiting for Emily with her hoover now. So if you have ever done a van build before, there are two things that you will very quickly come to hate. One is this stuff, and this is trim fix adhesive, and the other one is this. This is silver foil tape, and they are involved heavily in the early stage of a build. This one will stick you to the van, this one will cut your fingers. They are horrendous but compulsory, and we're going to be using both today. While I wait for Emily, might as well get a couple of little odd jobs done. So first things first, I'm going to be using the lubricant. We've got a problem with our deadlocks on all four doors, but this back one especially. So they are stiff as you like, and getting the key in and out. I think soon I'm going to start snapping the key. So I've used WD-40 in the past, and I've found that works initially, but after about 6 months it just clogs up. So I've bought some proper lock lubricant, so let's give it a go. Loads better, that'll do. So the next job I need to get done is get the door cards back on, but before I do that, there's a couple of holes that I want to reseal just in case the screws don't quite line up this time. And while I'm here, I might as well have a look at the state of the insulation behind, so that's what the foil tape's for. That looks in pretty damn good nick to me. So I don't know if you can see that, but that insulation to me looks like it's had no sign of damp or any kind of trouble in there. At the top on this door I've got Celotex, but I'm confident enough that I don't need to take all that out. I'm pretty sure the vapour barrier is doing its job, because that would be sodden if it wasn't. And I don't have a perfect seal. I know everyone says you absolutely have to have a perfect seal. I've got a gap there, I've got a little gap there. A perfect seal, I think, in a van build is nigh on impossible, but I think if you get as close as you can, it's going to do a better job than no vapour barrier. That's my opinion, just my opinion, but yeah, I'd stick one in. Oh, you bastard, why? Oh, I hate this stuff. Good job I need a little bit, isn't it? Oh, for goodness sake. I didn't really show you very well because I'm rushing because I want to go and watch the rugby, but there's no signs of rust or anything in there either, so I'm really happy actually, because that would be the worst area, perhaps by the kitchen as well, but we've got lots of ventilation there and we don't get any real condensation build up there, like I say, just at the back end, so hopefully we're all good. Here she is then, she's arrived, brought the hoover and obviously a few snacks.
Supplies, got to keep myself going.
You only just started.
I've been cleaning all morning.
What do you think of the floor?
I love it.
Yeah? Are you sure? Will it suffice? Will it do?
Oh yeah.
What do you want to do first? Put the door cards back on or glue the floor down?
You tell me, just floor.
Oh look, you're tall.
I am, I'm a giant.
This is what it's like when I'm trying to edit and it's normally the other way around and I can't get us both in the shot.
You're such a twat.
We can do what we like. We can do what we like, baby, while we're young.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Pro tip, is that pro tip?
That is a pro tip, yeah. Pro tip, top tip. Emily's top tip of the day. Oh yeah, works much better like that.
What, slow and steady?
Yeah, than going all guns blazing.
Trying to ram it in the eye, wouldn't you?
I can't even cope with you today. I've not nearly had as many coffees as I need for you and your little...
You wait till we get the sticky glue out.
So disgusting. And you thought I wasn't going to help. Look at me. I pretty much put these up on my own, but I've had to do this all by myself. Look.
I've sanded them, I've painted them, now I'm putting them back up. I've pretty much done these builds, like, practically all by myself.
Again.
Yeah, part 2. Honestly, I thought having a loo was meant to be, like, beneficial. Yeah, actually, the other side.
Hang on. What was that?
I said you have to do the other side. I don't want to step on that. And look how pretty she looks, back with her bunting on her and everything.
And we even remembered to put the one back in that we forgot to paint. So if you remember, we painted all the rear door cards, packed up to go home, shut the van door and went, oh shit, we forgot this one. So we've done that one, that's done now. So they're all clean and spangly, aren't they?
They are indeed. I'm just getting more bunting.
Because obviously bunting's the most important thing. That means we can hit the road again once the bunting's in.
Exactly! How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you remember?
No, I can't remember, babe, and it's no point me trying to tell you because you whinge no matter what I suggest and then go, oh, the bunting don't look even. Personally, I'd rather get the floor stuck down, you know? This could all be done at any time, really.
Right, I just don't like your attitude, actually.
No?
No. You need to be more supportive. I'm very supportive of you.
Yeah, but did you think bunting going up is like integral to the build?
It's all the finishing touches, actually.
Yeah, well, finishing touches would be great, but we're not finished. In fact, we're nowhere near finished.
Look, you can't be van life without bunting. I've seen it on all of the other YouTube channels.
Happy now?
Yes, ecstatic. Well, once I've sorted out your mess of them, but yeah. Can't get down. Horrible to me. Graceful as ever.
So while Emily is giving the van a good old hoover ready for the lino going in, I just want to say I'm using the Trim Fix heat resistant adhesive purely because in our previous van we had lino and one day it got really hot and we'd only used the standard Wix floor adhesive, and what happened was we came back to the van and it all seeped up and come unstuck and it was a horrible sticky mess. So alright, that van wasn't as well insulated and it had windows all the way around, so it did get warmer, but just to be on the safe side I'm always going to opt for the Trim Fix heat resistant adhesive.
Have I got a smell?
No, you just don't panic. Yeah, because I was just
That ain't what happened last time, Louise.
passing it to you. Floor's in.
She looks good.
I've brought it up on the channel before, how Emily tends to tidy up around me before I've ever finished what I'm doing, and then I can't find anything I need. I remembered I needed to keep a piece of the original floor to go back as a spacer under the kitchen, but this one, where have you put it all, Em?
Right, you helped me.
Yeah, but where is it?
In the skip.
Where are we going now?
To the skip.
We're going to do some good old-fashioned skip diving, and the skip is pretty much empty, so she's got to get right in. Obviously you've got to do it because you're the littlest.
No!
What are you doing?
Who said I ain't even funny?
No, I don't want that bit. Clean freaks, if you're listening, let someone finish the job before you tidy up their mess.
Not the time, Louise.
There she is, with her bits of wood, stolen wood. Because there's no police about, innit? I was thinking you'd robbing the skip.
I know, right? Yeah, but I've done it so well.
So the reason we needed the bits of wood is because under the front of the kitchen I've got a small gap, and I just want to at least make up some spaces just to give that a bit of support, so they're going to go back in before the beading goes down, if I remember. So it's looking pretty good, door cards back on, the van is coming back together. And on that note, I am covered in spray glue and it's filthy. This one's been in a skip, so probably, yeah, actually needs a bath.
I always need a bath.
So we're going to go home. Hopefully I've got time to watch the rugby, and then we'll come and see. We'll come and see what we can get done on the van tomorrow. Right then, good morning. Very exciting day here. Look, the mattress is back in. Emily's having like a massive, major, deep clean of Fanny. So we're getting ready. We're actually getting ready to hit the road, and I'll show you why. So what we're thinking is AJ likes to sleep in there, and we don't know if that's because his old bench was difficult for him to keep getting up and down, so he opted to sleep in there, or if that's just where he prefers. So we're going to leave this clear, put him in bed there, and see if he actually uses it. Because there's going to be nothing worse than me building him a whole den and then he doesn't use it when I could have it for storage. So I think that's going to be the plan, which means we're going on a little trip. So yeah, huge progress this week. We're very excited, aren't we?
Yes, very excited. Floors in, mattress. I think just the mattress makes like a big difference, doesn't it?
Like, because you can't see all that electrics and
yeah,
everything
and
underneath.
it's habitable because once you've got the mattress in, you can sleep in there, right?
Yeah, and the weather has massively improved. Yesterday the sun came out in the afternoon, so yeah, we're going to hit the road, go on a little bit of a trip, aren't we?
Yes, yeah, you got to break these things up, otherwise it's just boring, right?
And it's been a happy video this week.
Yes.
So we wanted to put something out there. I can't be bothered to come up with some minimal drama and make it over-exaggerated for a really clickable thumbnail, not with the current state of the world. So I hope this has cheered you up just a little bit. It's cheered us up, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. It's been a good week in Fanny this week.
It's always a good week in Fanny. And on that note, if you haven't subscribed, please do hit the subscribe button. It means the world to us, doesn't it?
Give us a thumbs up and ding the bell.
Ding the bell, and we will see you. Don't forget to let me know in the comments if there's too much innuendo, because like I say, I've got stacks of this stuff that I can just keep pumping out.
No one wants it.
I'll see you next week.
Don't make me